Greetings, all of you amazing heroes out there. Man, I'm so excited to spend another session with you going over our May book of the month, Fanatical Prospecting. I am so fired up over this book, and talking to Jarvis, who has now gotten fired up over this book, and even some people on my call at 6 o'clock who I didn't think would get into it are really having some success. So I'm so proud of you all. I want to share one really quick anecdote with her permission. One of our longtime members and coach, Dr. Alicia, was in Costco on Friday, and I've been challenging her with this idea of just doing some kind of outreach, reaching out to people. Well, she happened to see a lady in the freezer section getting a whole bunch of celery. And Dr. Alicia's a naturopath, so she knows a lot about juicing and things like that. And she assumed this lady must be doing some kind of cleanse. So she just overcame her or pushed through her anxiety and her initial reluctance to do it, and just went over and was friendly and said, "Hey, are you doing a juice cleanse?" And the lady was super friendly and started talking to her. And Dr. Alicia, man, I'm so proud of her. She pulled out her business card and just handed it to the lady and said, a really simple thing. "If you ever need any help, I'm a naturopathic doctor, just let me know." Not only did the lady, not get upset with her or berate her or get mad at her, but the lady said, I'm new here, and I had been praying this morning that I would somehow get in touch with a holistic doctor. Isn't that amazing? Not only did Dr. Alicia break through her prospecting reluctance, but she was literally the answer to someone's prayer. That's why we do what we do, because we believe in it. So, man, I'm so proud of all you guys, and your stories are just amazing. Just a reminder, this is the agenda we're going through. If you want a copy of the notes for this book, just email jarvis@themorninghero.com and he'll get you this PDF. Last week, we went over this stuff here. This week, we're going to be going over the 3 Ps, the prospecting pyramid, and how to leverage your CRM, because you're most likely not doing it. So let's get into it. Same thing from last week. Stop fighting this. Don't fight the prospect. Prospecting is the process. If you're not doing it, you're just spinning your wheels. So let's talk about the 3 Ps, or gosh, I love this graphic. Aim for progress, not perfection. So let's get into what the 3 Ps are: procrastination, perfectionism, and analysis paralysis. And these are all pretty much 3 sides of one triangle. So procrastination is the idea where you put off your prospecting. It's only Monday, I've got the whole week to do it, or it's only the first week of the month, I've got a whole month to get my numbers in. And then, of course, by the time you get to the end of your window, whether it's the week or the month, you get to the last day of the month and you haven't done your prospecting. Trying to do your prospecting in one day is never, ever, ever going to work. It's something that has to be done, just little bites every day. Perfectionism. Now, this is the person who has to get, everything perfect. They have to have the perfect microphone set up, make sure it works. They have to get all their notes, clear off their desk. They have to line up all their pens. These are the people who will spend an hour getting everything ready, then maybe make 1 or 2 calls and say, "Wow, I've been prospecting for hours and nothing's happened." And it's because most of the time they were just fiddling around. By the way, email goes right in here. Email is a great way to procrastinate. Keep the damn thing shut. Finally, analysis paralysis. Boy, I have a coworker, I'm going to leave it very neutral, who in the past has been known for coming into the office and doing exactly this, of every day coming up with a new game plan. Well, I've got to get all my ducks in a row, and I've got to have something really valuable to share people. So today my strategy is going to be this. But if they ask me this, I need to have an answer for this. And then if they ask me that, I need to have an answer for that. And he'll make like flow charts and outlines and everything. Then he never picks up the damn phone. I mean, in the time that he spent coming up with all these plans, he could have made thousands of phone calls. And not surprisingly, he's not making a lot of money. So these are all different ways of saying, you know what, just pick up the phone, go say hello to someone. As Jarvis said in our call today, nothing happens until you connect with a person. You have to go interact with someone, not just send an email, send a text, but actually interact with a human being. And that's why we've got a challenge going on for the rest of this month where we're giving people points for doing that. All right, prospecting pyramid. This just helps you sort your activity levels, because I know these people who they don't categorize the prospects. So you want to start at level 6 basically and work your way down. Level 6 is people that are highly qualified. They are ready to go. Those are the people you need to get to first. And then kind of in reverse order, hot inbound leads, people that, maybe they haven't told you they're ready to buy, but it's a really good lead. Level 4, that's your highly targeted people. They've already got, you've defined them. They are your target audience. They are, like for me, maybe I've got an attorney's office, for example. And so my highly targeted list might be other attorneys in the area. So my action with them is going to be start doing that constant touch to get them warmed up and ready to make a decision. Level 3 is getting a list, getting your list together. So, once you've gotten your list, you're going to start nurturing. It's basically level 4, but more general. So you've got a list, you've got all the data in it. Now you need to do the nurturing. Level 2, you've got the proper record. You're starting to build the budget and potential competitors. So you need to sort of sort them into when is going to be a good time to come up and get them ready. And level 1, this is just like your bulk prospects out there. You don't know anything about them. So you need to just go and, man, I do this a big part of my prospecting is going in and filling out correct phone numbers, correct emails. But the idea that Jeb is giving here is that if you're spending all of your time just on level 1, just on trying to fill in details, but you're not getting them up in this pyramid where you're starting to identify their buying window and then getting a campaign and then building familiarity and then follow-up, you're never pushing people down the pipe. And typically people have a problem with one end of the pipe or the other. Either they're really good at starting, at level 1, level 2, kind of doing that cold calling, that prospecting, but they don't nurture and they don't get to the close, or they're really good at doing the closing side, but they don't nurture new people into the pipe. And that's actually why a lot of times I will team up with other people, because I'm really good at getting people in the pipe, but I know other people that are really good at just, seeing a deal all the way through. So where are you with your people and how much time are you spending? All right, using your CRM. If you don't have a CRM, and I don't care what business you're in, if you don't have somewhere where you keep touch of your customers, your patients, whatever, all in one single place, you're not even showing up on the field to play the game. These are some things you need to use in your CRM, and you should be. So full customer view, having all of your clients, your customers in one place, and having all the data about them. It is crucial that you log all of your data. So not only do you have all of your customers and have their name and their phone number, but you need to be logging every time you make a phone call, every time you write a letter, every time you write an email, because that is going to help you effectively use your CRM in that grooming cycle that we saw in the pyramid. We're going to push people further along. And I'll give you some statistics on why in just a second. Some things that can make your CRM better: email integration. So you can just do it from right in the email. That's a fantastic one that I use in my CRM. And then the reporting and analytics. You need that data on your customers, how often you contact them, how much they've purchased through you, how if it's a doctor, how many visits they've made, what is the average cost per visit, what supplements or other items did they buy, because then you can start mining that data and it will tell you basically where to spend more time and frankly, what clients, what customers, what patients you need to fire because they're wasting your time and you're not making any money. Here is why, and these are some pretty well-known sales statistics if you've been in sales for a while. And this is to kind of guide you that you can't talk to someone just once. And Jeb tells so many great stories about the salesman who calls up, 5 or 6 people who they've never talked to before. The people either don't pick up the phone or they don't want to talk to you. And then the person just says, oh, well, I guess this isn't the right business. And they go into a different business. It doesn't work. So these numbers, I think, are true and maybe even conservative. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. They never contact them more than once. 25% of people do it 2 times. 12% of people do it 3 times, and only 10% of people make more than 3 contacts. And I would say in my industry, it's probably even less than that. But conversely, the vast majority, overwhelming majority, 90% of sales are made. And this could be a sale, this could be getting a patient, this could be getting an investor, whatever your sale is. 90% of those happen after that 4th contact. In other words, 90% of your fellow people that you're competing with have already given up before 90% of the sales or the customer acquisition happens. So here's a really great kind of flow chart showing, there's your prospect. You make, by the time you make the first contact, 50% of the people have already given up. By the time you get down to 2 or 3 times, 80% of the people have given up. And that is just the low-hanging fruit. That's the easy ones. That's what we used to call laydowns. So people were basically ready to give you your credit card information. Even with the laydowns, by that time, almost 90% of people have given up, but it's only by about that 5th or 6th, we call them touches, or you can call them your contacts. And this can be an email, a text message, a phone call, a voicemail, something, but it's something that keeps you top of mind. So it's only a 5 or 6 times of seeing your name, hearing your message, that they're even you're even in their head. So as you nurture it slowly, only by contact 6, 7, 8 are they even aware of you. And down here at contact 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, this is where you're top of mind, and then you're just staying top of mind so that when they hit that buying window, when they're ready to go, you're the person that they call. And I can tell you, almost every single one of the sales that I have in my business has been way down here in the pipeline after I've been talking to a person over a year. Most of the people that I do business with, I've been contacting for over a year. It's very rare that it's faster than that. So, little discussion time: procrastination, perfectionism, analysis paralysis. Which of the 3 Ps do you encounter most, and what can you do to neutralize it? All right, take some time to discuss if you're in one of our groups. If you're watching this online, please leave us a comment below and like and subscribe. We love to hear from you, and I'll talk to you soon, heroes.